My name is Kayvan Ahmadi. I'm the lead assessor at Best Practice Certification. I'd like to talk about 7 principles of the standard ISO 9001-2015 that, in my opinion, that are more important than clauses of the standard. Is a kind of spirit of the standard. To me, the most important principle of 7 principles of the standard is evidence-based decision-making. Means that you need to have data to support your decisions. This data should be actually come from monitoring and measurement, monitoring the processes, and based on those criteria defined in section 4.4, and other monitoring and measurement activities in the organization. Many organizations make decisions based on just their thought and their guess, and they guess something. It's highly possible that guess is right, but it needs data to prove that. Why it's important? Because when you can make a decision to make something better, that you know where you are now and where you want to be, and without those data, so it's not clear, it's meaningless that you say, I know where I am, because those data shows exactly where you are, where the organizations are, where the indexes are, and where you want to be. So you can say, okay, I made this decision to reach this criteria, this goal, and then after, for example, 2 or 3 months, you can review your data to understand to what extent you're close to that, to your goal. And if there is something wrong, you have time to fix this issue, to come back, to review. Maybe your decision is not appropriate. Maybe you need to review your data. Maybe your data needs more attention, or maybe your criteria is not completely relevant to that issue that you're looking for, you're focusing on. ISO 9001-2015 asks organizations to define the organization, to define what they are, what their interested parties are, what their processes are, and what the scope is. The reason that many organizations don't know about principles, I believe, is because principles are not in the context of the standard. Someone says, I read the standard, it means that he or she starts reading the standard from section 4 to 10, usually. But principles are defined by ISO standard, by ISO organization, to define the spirit of the standard. And it's a kind of, to me, it's like a fuel that you need to have to run the engine of the standard. To run the engine of your quality management system. I'm Kayvan Ahmadi. I'm the lead auditor at Best Practice Certification.